A very good evening to everybody listening to me this evening. I'm in a very low mood today because some of our people still don't understand what's going on around the world. And it baffles my mind so much that we're staring death in the face and we're not appreciating what it is. Today on the program, we will be talking about coronavirus. Don't mind the title today because for one reason or the other, I was too quick, too impromptu, too much talk into what is actually going on that it actually puzzled me so much that I didn't change the title. So I will actually be going ahead and changing the title now. We are talking about coronavirus today. Coronavirus is what we want to talk about today, and that is what we are going to talk about. Coronavirus. We're not talking about where it comes from. We're not talking about who made it. We're not talking about the purpose of it being made. We're not talking about whether they want to take away 3 billion people from the surface of the earth. We're not talking about that today. We're talking about coronavirus is real. Where I come from, where I'm still part today, regardless of what. In Nigeria, in a lot of places in Africa, they don't believe coronavirus exists. They thought it's a friction from somewhere, I don't know, just a friction. One of our sisters died some few days ago. And the brother, the senior brother, died a couple of days later. And within 72 hours, another person died in the family. Some people are thinking it's a joke. Some people think it's not real. Some people don't believe in it. And a lot of people don't know that this is for real, that they need to protect themselves. I don't know how to put it, but we actually have to put it in a simple term. Coronavirus is out there, protect yourself. Whether someone wants to use it to kill you or keep you alive, no. Don't worry about all those mess. Protect yourself. Someone has gotten a gun out there. The gun is going to kill if it sees you. What do? Oh, gun is illegal, so I don't have to hide from this fellow. Before you realize, you'll be dead. On the program today, I meant to have 4 people, but at the moment I have 2 of them in the building. I'm still open in coma that the other 2 will turn up. One is in Nigeria and the other one is here in the UK. So the people I have here are 2 doctors. People that know about what coronavirus is. People that probably start coronavirus in the face. But they did one thing, they protect themselves. That is why these people have not been consumed. On the program today, I have 2 extremely beautiful young lady who has put all their energy, or when I mean energy, they put so much energy into their profession and they come up on top. I'm not going to introduce them. I will let them introduce themselves. So let's see these faces today, yeah? Hey, sisters, welcome to the program. How are you doing? Let me start from America first. I believe doctor is from, one of the doctors from America. So I'm going to start from the lady, Dr. Joy from America. Am I right? You are based in America?
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Okay, so let me start with the introduction because I have to actually introduce you first. The other lady, she's my in-law. So I don't, she can wait. So, Dr. Joy, who are you? And what do you do? What's your qualification for you to qualify to talk on this program today? Over to you.
All right. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be able to speak on this program. My name is Dr. Joy. I graduated from the University of Lagos, medical doctor by profession, and soon I'll be completing an MBA with a specialization in healthcare due to the high need of medical professionals. I'm not talking of the clinical part. And also due to COVID, you find out that we have a lot of data right now floating all over the places, and we can really not do anything without data. So there's a need for data. So I'm also doing some data analytical courses so that we can collect these data. So I'm a medical doctor by profession, but I'm also into collecting data. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Then I can go to my in-law, who is the wife to one of my special brother, Dr. Mrs. Olatibosun. Dr. Mrs. Olatibosun, who are you? Your first name, what you do, who are you, your qualification for you to qualify to talk on this subject tonight. Over to you.
Okay, my name is Omalabake Olatibosun. I'm a medical doctor. I have a degree in medical microbiology, then an MBBS both from the University of Lagos. I practiced in Nigeria, then I moved to the UK and continued right now. So with work in microbiology, it's given me an insight, a better insight into what COVID is, the effect, the multi-effect it has on the systems, on the human body. And we're hoping to, as time goes on, to be able to learn more about these new strains and with the aim of helping more people and letting them stay alive. Thank you.
Wow, she wants to make sure people stay alive, which is very, very beautiful. First of all, coronavirus. Real? Fake? People believe in it, people don't believe in it. But before we go there, let's have a look at this video and we'll take it from there. Actually, 2 videos.
Good to have you stay with us. Now, TVC News has confirmed independently that the Chief of Staff to the President, Abba Kyari, has tested positive for the coronavirus. President Muhammadu Buhari was also tested, but his result came back negative. The presidency is functioning with a reduced staff strength and had announced the indefinite suspension of the weekly Executive Council meeting. Staff within the office of the President and the Vice President are observing the minimal contact rule to reduce the spread of the virus. The Chief of Staff had visited Germany a few weeks ago, accompanied by other Nigerian officials, and on his return he observed the period of self-isolation. Our Abuja Deputy Chief, Bureau Chief, Femi Akande, has more on this story. Femi, thanks for joining in. Now, it is confirmed that the President tested negative and the Chief of Staff, Abba Kyari, is positive. What else have you heard?
Yes, Olimisi, this is cheering news to a lot of people, Nigerians, who are concerned about the President contracting this coronavirus, because looking at the president's age, it is believed that people who are of that age of Mr. President are highly susceptible to contracting this virus. But for the Chief of Staff, he went into self-isolation voluntarily, having returned from Germany, which is considered a high-risk country, and he came via London, another high-risk country. He has been in self-isolation before he started showing symptoms of the coronavirus, and then the test was carried out to ascertain if indeed he has been infected, and that test came out positive. You know, the Chief of Staff has been concerned about the safety of Nigerians. We saw just last week a leaked memo where he wrote a letter to the leadership of the National Assembly, the Speaker of the House of Representatives in particular, telling him to advise lawmakers who just returned from the US and other high-risk countries in Europe to submit themselves for the normal health screening carried out at the airport, and he was dismayed about their refusal to be tested. So he has been very concerned about all of these, and he also submitted himself to self-isolation and the testing, and it came out positive, but he is observing that self-isolation and treatment, we believe, is being administered as we speak.
All right, so a couple of the senior aides are self-isolating. Can you confirm if you have, if they have been tested?
Well, that is correct. A couple of them would certainly need to go into self-isolation, because some of them would have come in contact with the chief of staff, those that work in his office, even those that work in the presidency would have come in contact with people in his office one way or the other. But for the National Council, the NCDC, they do not test persons only if those persons are showing symptoms of the coronavirus disease. That is when tests are carried out. But they just generally advise for people who have been exposed or who have returned from these countries with high risk to go into self-isolation. It is when they begin to show these symptoms that then they call the hotline that is already made available, and then the NCDC will then come and test them to see if they will test positive to the coronavirus disease. But people working in the office of the chief of staff and some other offices in the presidency have been advised to go on self-isolation, and that is being observed in the presidency. You know, they have also cut down on the staff strength of people working in the administrative offices in the presidential villa, just in a way to slow down the spread of this coronavirus.
Okay, that is the video we want to actually see. Before we go ahead, I want to say a very happy birthday to Olatomiwa, who is the wife of Dayo Asurara Jesu, who is one of the people working on so many publicity you've seen behind the growth of heritage rapidly. Good singer, happy birthday, sister Olatomiwa. We wish you many happy return of the day. Please stay away from coronavirus and don't go to party. Don't invite anybody to your house for party today, because it is a very dangerous situation out there. Sister Joy, Dr. Joy, let me start from you, because I've given you a chance to actually introduce yourself first, so there's nothing stopping me from taking the chance to actually greet you first. Coronavirus in Nigeria, it has taken so many people's lives. Especially, is it a disease of the elite or disease of everybody? Maybe, because it's taking all these rich people, all these elite, it's taking all those ones, and we're not hearing much within the common man. What could be the problem, Sister Dr. Joy?
Well, I'll say it's quite interesting that, it's taking, life so fast. It's sad to hear that. And whilst coronavirus knows nobody, it doesn't care about anybody. It doesn't recognize anybody. And that's the reason why being an elite or being a common man, humans, we need to be very cautious about coronavirus and do the right thing. We need to do what needs to be done as individuals. Use your mask, make sure you wash your hands properly, make sure you're not going to crowded places. You have to stay away from parties. And I think one of the reasons why we're not getting a lot of the cases right now is because in Nigeria, we don't have a lot of testing booths. So because we're not testing a lot, we're not really getting the numbers that we should be getting. So I believe because the elites, they're getting tested, especially when they have the fever, they have the cough, they get tested. But the common man in Nigeria is not tested. And that's the reason why, they're still going about their business. And then they're still going to all this crowded places. And I think it's because they're not getting tested. That's why we're not really picking out the people who are positive. I'm hoping that we get more testing booths, and then we'll be able to get the numbers that we need, and the treatment can commence.
Okay, maybe I need to go to Dr. Olatubosun, the wife of my my brother. Maybe I need to go to our first on this one. Dr. Olatibosun, parties and party. Is there something that maybe coronavirus like going to parties? Because a lot of Nigerians that caught the virus must have been to one party or the other in the last few weeks. Or does it like jollof rice or something like that? Coronavirus. Okay, 1 second. I think I haven't put your audio back on. 1 second, sis. Okay, now maybe coronavirus like parties on jollof rice or the Owambe music, not the Afrobeat music.
Hello, sir. Okay. It's not about the partying. It is the crowd. It can be going to the beaches like we've seen in the last couple of days, partying, just a large crowd, unprotected people. It doesn't have an affinity for a particular place. So what I'm saying in essence is if you have 5 people, 6 people, and 2, 3 of them are infected, it's going to replicate. More people will have it. So it doesn't necessarily have to do with parties. It just means you're gathering with people that already have the diseases. And I'd like to say something. When you asked about it being for the elites, it's not about being an elite. It's the testing, the people that are actually speaking out. Of course, I grew up in Nigeria, and I know that a lot of people would rather go for alternative medicines. They don't get testing done. So because the rich people are talking about theirs, that's why we think it's more for the rich people. It doesn't necessarily have to do with being rich or being poor. It just means you're catching it, and you're not doing anything. You're not protecting yourself. And because like all viruses, like even the cold virus, you just need to be in close contact for it to spread. It spreads like wildfire. So this one spreading in parties is just doing what viruses do. The spread when they have people, when they have an enabling environment, they spread. So it doesn't have to be with going to parties. 2 people can be together and one will spread to the other. 3 people can have, one will have, and 2 will give the other 2 people. But the way it manifests is such that I think we're still going to come to that. If the spreader may not even show signs, but the people picking it up have maybe underlying infections. Not even anymore. There've been stories of young people without underlying medical conditions catching it. So it doesn't have to be around crowd, or it can just be one-to-one, which is why we're saying mask up. Help the environment.
Okay. I'm going to twist it again because I want people to actually get the gist of this. It's not about party. It's not about the airlights.
No.
Does the air condition is an enabling environment?
John, okay, let me say this. When you have a closed quarter and you're not exchanging air, you retain a lot of things in the atmosphere. So it doesn't even have to be viruses, it can be bacteria, it can be dust. But linking it directly with the air conditioning, I don't think is the proper thing. I think is the fact that people in those confined areas have the virus already. And they're keeping it there. You're not exchanging air. You're not trying to exchange air, basically. So you will still have it. Yeah, that's it basically. It's not direct. There's no direct relationship between air conditions and the virus. It's just that you have it there, and lots of people, it's been deposited, and nobody's doing anything about it. Thank you.
We've seen some people who are not elite been to parties as well.
Yes.
But they were not as infected as the elite. Does it mean because the common man have their party in an open air and the Hellites have their party in a close environment. We've seen people in one market in Lagos. I'm sure you must have seen the viral video where everybody in that market were dancing. They were in close quarters, they were in contact, and they were coronavirus or no coronavirus. These guys were happy, they were dancing, they were doing all the business in the market. People go to market. Market is crowded. So why are we not getting, and even if they're not getting the testing, does it mean that people that get tested get to know as soon as you know the psychological effect kill you? Or what is there about testing? No money to test, yes money to test, and it's only mainly well-to-do people, well-known people are known about this coronavirus thing. As a microbiologist,
Yes, sir.
is the sun, the UV ray close to the equator, does it have effect on this stupid coronavirus? Because I'm not calling it Chinese virus, I'm calling it stupid virus.
Now, okay, on the effect of sunlight on the COVID virus. Okay, let me start with this. First and foremost, we're going to talk about Africa, why we have less numbers in Africa, and I'm going to link it to the effect of sunlight. Okay, first and foremost, Africa, we've always self-medicated. We've always used things. When malaria endemic society, we've always used all the hydrochloroquines, the herbs, everything. But there's this beautiful thing about Mother Nature. It takes one thing and gives you something to replace it. Let me digress a bit. For sickle cell anemia, we know that it's a lot in Africa, but you rarely find a sickle cell person having malaria because the blood sickles and kills the malaria and kills the parasite itself. So in the same vein, when you think about Africa, sun, and the COVID virus, first and foremost, when you go out in the open, the sun is really, really high. Most of these viruses don't last so long outside the human body. They do their worst jobs when they're somewhere within the upper respiratory tract infection, upper respiratory tract before they go into the lungs and get worse. But because Africans, we've found a way to use medications unnecessarily, which in the same vein will be the thing that will kill us when we now really need to use this medication, but we would have messed it up, we would have abused it, and it will not work anymore. Now, on the effect of sunlight, I don't think the sunlight itself is what reduces the capacity or the virulence of the virus. It is how it's taken in, what it meets, the immune system of an average Nigerian, which most times is laden with a lot of medications already. So by the time the virus is coming in, is hitting, is getting home and meeting a guard already. So it doesn't really have that much effect in cutting them down. But I want to sound a note of warning. That we are not seeing the numbers does not mean they do not exist. They might just be somewhere, they're not going to the hospital, they are looking for alternative drugs to treat themselves. But that does not mean that it is not there. The only reason why we have it here or in the UK or in the US and there's so many large numbers is because they go to the hospital. Once they have this signs and symptoms, they're there already. Does not mean that it doesn't mean that Africans are not having it. We're just not seeking help. We're not going to the right places. I remember the first hearing about the first wave in Nigeria, and people would just go to the isolation center, they would feed them, they would dance out, and that gave people the impression that maybe it was just something that was fabricated, but it wasn't really fabricated. But at that time, like all viruses, it comes in, you attack it with some medication, it goes back and looks for ways. It's a whole chain, the RNA chain. It looks for ways, it flips and looks for something to looks for, like you're looking for a way to kill it, it's looking for a way to escape. That's the simple thing. That's why the new strains are they're a lot worse, and we're also grappling with, okay, now that we have a vaccine and the new strain is here, what do? We need to tweak this or tweak this and help to still deal with the new strain. So saying that sunlight and the effect, I think we don't have enough studies for that, but I know that the fact that we abuse drugs a lot has helped in some way, but if we're not careful, will be the thing that will kill us the most. Thank you.
Okay, if we're not careful in court, will be the problem that we're going to encounter later on. I want
Yes.
to put this one. I've seen some African coming up with some pineapple skin, some ginger, some orange, boil it, cover your head in there. Does that work? Dr. Joy, can it work? If you don't know, you don't know. Don't say because you're a doctor and you don't believe in alternative medicine. Can it work or can it not work?
I'll say this is very, very serious here. I believe in research, and I'll say research and studies that have been conducted. None of that has been included in it. So I'll say those we're just dabbling into things, and people practicing that, they just, they're doing what you call guesswork. So they're guessing and they're trying things out and just experimenting in their own way. I respect their opinions, I respect all those actions, but it doesn't work.
As far as
So
you're concerned, it doesn't work.
no, but I respect their what
The ingenuity. Yeah?
individuals are doing. Yeah, I respect, because there's power in what we believe in. So some people believe that it works for them, but scientifically and no research has shown that those methods work. So if you have fever, you have short breath, you have cough, you have symptoms, I'll say go see a doctor and get treated, and then get tested, and you take it off from there. But those things don't work. It's not been proven to work.
I had some few say that if you have coronavirus, as soon as you go to the hospital, they're gonna put you on ventilator. The people don't know how to use ventilator a lot, and that's actually killing people. Could that be true?
That's not true. That's not true.
I didn't bring this one up. Someone told me.
No, in the States here, what happens is, okay, when it started, the government made sure that they had spots. So different healthcare systems made sure that they made provision. So like different healthcare systems make sure that they, like you just call and say you want to test, and then there are places where you'll be directed to get tested. So peradventure, an individual is very ill, you come in, or you have to call. Previously, you can come in, but now most clinics and hospitals will tell you you have to call, and then so that you don't spread it on your way to the hospital. So they'll make arrangements, and then the nurses, well kitted, they'll receive you at the door, and you get tested. And if they feel that you need to be isolated in the hospital, that's if the case is severe, they'll keep you in the hospital. But if they believe that you can, go home and isolate, because most places are packed up, everywhere is filled up. In very critical cases where patients come in with shortness of breath, then they need to be admitted. Make sure that the oxygen level is being maximized and then optimized properly, and then they're doing well. But most times, because the coronavirus, once it gets in, it affects the lungs, and then patients can't breathe. That's when they get on the ventilator, and then they need oxygen, they need to be well taken care of. But the strains we're getting, they affect all the different systems. And you find out that a patient comes in not only with shortness of breath, but you find out that the kidneys are collapsing, every other systems, is being affected. So that way they take into the ICU so that they can get all the care that they need. So that's when they put them on the ventilator, and then they keep monitoring them. They put them on, maybe CPAP and all of that. But they don't just take you, grab you, and put you on the ventilator. No, if you don't need it, because even most hospitals don't have enough to go around. So they're not going to put you on the ventilator except you need it. So it's not for everybody.
Okay, this is a very direct question. Have you ever in your life put hot water in a bowl and cover your head with it before? Either now or before. Okay. You don't have to answer. I probably have the answer. You don't have to answer. So that your colleagues don't laugh at you later on. Say that again.
Yeah, back home. Yeah, like when I was in Nigeria, and that's why I said from the beginning. I said I respect people's views. I'll not, but for the coronavirus, it's more than just common cold. It's more than just, and especially when you know that it's in the air, you don't play with it. You're not going to cover your head. Before coronavirus came, when people have the cold and all of that, when I was very young, and then my mom believed, cover your head, let the heat get into your nose and all that. But we didn't have coronavirus then. It wasn't in there. It wasn't lingering. But right now, we're in a serious condition. And you don't go around doing that. I won't do that.
Okay. Maybe I should put it to Dr. Olatubosun. Maybe I need to put it this way. It doesn't matter if your colleague laugh at you. Don't worry about them, right? This is your own opinion now. This is nothing to do with the medical profession you are in.
Yeah.
Do you think inhaling steam, hot air, do you think might kill the virus? Drinking hot water? Because some people say, don't drink cold water, drink hot water every time and things like that. It has to be certain temperature. The temperature that might kill the bacteria might be too hot for the lungs and the mouth.
Yes. Thank you for that question. The truth is, I believe in alternative medicine too, and I respect everybody's opinion. Personally, I have seen videos of saying, okay, cover your head, steam inhalation. I'm not going to disprove it, but you only do that for things that are still hot there. Once they get to the lungs, it's really of no use anymore. So when you still have it within the nasal cavity, you can do that. Then it will help. You're thinking it will help at that time. But when it goes beyond that, really it's useless. Which is why, just do the right thing. Don't let it get in. Once it gets in, go to the right places. The fact that you have it does not mean you're going to show the signs. The fact that you have show the signs does not mean it's going to kill you. You can be lucky enough, have good immunity, and it will knock it out. But don't think that inhaling steam for something that is already gone past the stage of steam will help. It's futile. It's not going to do anything for you.
What is the stage of steam? Actually. What is the stage of steam?
I'm saying that if you come in, okay, like
there, it's too late. When it's still up there, it's still okay.
Once it's within the nasal cavity, up here, the upper respiratory tract, it's still okay. The major problem with COVID is that it gets to the lungs. When it gets to the lungs, it causes the lung to produce mucus, a lot of mucus that the body cannot get rid of. Once there's a mucus plug, you can't breathe well, which is why they cannot breathe, why they complain of not being able to breathe well. By the time it gets to the lungs, using steam is futile. It will not do anything for you.
What about eucalyptus oil? Putting eucalyptus oil on your body.
Eucalyptus oil is like mentholatum, the popular thing. It's still the same thing.
The mucus, isn't it?
Yes, but that's still within the upper respiratory tract. Once it gets to the lungs, you will need something to suction it out or something to dry it out.
Yeah.
So those are things that you give.
Out here, we know. Sometimes you're in England I'm
Yes.
just trying to look at it from a stupid man. Maybe you can call
No,
me
no,
stupid
no.
man today. And
No, there's nothing stupid about it. It's a logical question. It's just logical. Some things are logical, but they're not correct.
yeah,
So you're looking at it like, okay, I put eucalyptus oil in hot water. I inhale. What it does is it reduces the mucus on the upper respiratory tract. But once it goes down, it cannot go that far. It doesn't go that far. That's the truth. So once it gets that far, you have to go to where you have to go to. And the fact that you get put on a ventilator does not mean you will die or no, it does that's not it. Once you get put on a ventilator, it's not just ventilating, they give medications and everything to remove the mucus plug, get your lungs functioning properly so that it doesn't affect all the other organs, leading to maybe end organ damage, because the truth is, for most of the people that even survive it, they come and tell you they have some form of kidney issues. Yes, it's a whole system thing. It's not just the lungs. The body is such that one is linked to one is linked to one. So once one has a problem and that is not dealt with on time,
yeah.
the probability that it will go on to the other system. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I just wanted to. This talk is just to let people understand it in plain basic terms what the problem is. How, if quickly arrested, you can help yourself. I'm telling you that if 200 people catch COVID today in elder society, maybe only about 15 or 20 will die. Maybe about 60 of them will need a ventilator. Maybe about another 60 will just need hair to just breathe, nebulize them. So it's not from 0 to 200. No, it doesn't work like that.
Okay, let me put it this way. Yeah, this question is for the people at home. Maybe I shouldn't even say people at home. Maybe it's for everybody.
Okay.
Do you know what is called petele?
What's that?
Petele. It's a Yoruba language. Petele. No cheating. No, don't phone a friend.
Oh yeah, I think I do. I do.
Okay. Because I could see spiritually that you're getting a help from there.
No. I'm just scared alone. Actually, I'm scared alone. But okay. I think I do.
Don't say the answer. Don't say the answer. Okay. My audience, if you know what is called petele, write the answer in the comment section. I want to know who is speaking Yoruba among us, and who is not speaking Yoruba again, who has lost their Yoruba in the Atlantic Ocean when they were coming here. So if you know what petele is, please write it in the comment. I'm sure my wife might not even know what petele is. So let's wait for the answer. Then I will link it to what you're saying. That's the essence of that question. Let's get the answer. Is that no? Petele is not COVID. Petele is something else. It's something that affects. No, I don't want to say it, yeah? If you know petele, you know petele. If you don't know petele, you don't you don't know petele. So on YouTube, nobody is answering it yet. Let's see. Okay, someone that might know is talking about it now. When you have an injury, it will lump by your leg. It is something that helps to prevent.
Yes.
You know me? I'm gonna bring a cane to your house. You hear me? I'm gonna bring a cane to your house for getting it wrong. You have a full Yoruba name. You didn't borrow a name like me that says my name is Thomas, and you still didn't know it. Okay, láti òkè ìtàn, a lump will be paining you. It is normally petele is a swelling discomfort by your private going into your leg. Well, I think you get it right. So let me, from what they said, yeah, I know some people know it. Now, if you don't know Petele, you need to go back and ask maybe the grandparents if they're still alive by chance. It affects your thigh. Yeah, it affects your thigh. When you have an injury in any part of your lower legs and you didn't treat it, then it will come by your groin and affect you there and start paining you. That is Petele. So, like you're saying that if something happens somewhere, it affects other part of the body, and that's exactly what happened. So, I've seen some people that said they were alive today because they used this concoction. I've spoken to a lot of people that they've gone through the cycle of COVID-19. They've come out of it, and they said they were alive because they were using this ginger. And I've seen someone that died as a result of using too much ginger.
Yes.
There's a Cameroonian chap in America. He died because he used this alternative medicine too much.
Yes.
Right? And for Dr. Joy, Agbojedi, you know what Agbojedi is?
Yeah, that's
another bitter concoction.
Yeah, to treat is it dysentery? Like jadi.
Yeah, they put something called konofuru. If you know what konofuru is, write it in the comment section. Konofuru. Konofuru. If you know what konofuru is, write it in the comment section. We're doing some language class here today. Okay, let me see. It is normally in the groin. Yes, like okay, it lump will be paining you. Okay. Konofuru is the one I'm looking for now. Konofuru is another one I'm looking for. If you know what konofuru is, you have to be Yoruba major to know all these things, you see? Right? Even though I'm a scientist myself, but you have to be a Yoruba major person to know konofuru is close. Oh, come on, say it. Yeah, that's true. Ebun Okesojo. Thank you very much, yeah? Someone has given us the answer already, so I'll take that as the correct answer because it's actually correct. I know, yeah, you know it, but you didn't say it. You didn't say it. Okay, what is it? I want to know. Yeah, me for look at what is konofuru. You're trying to say, I know it. You know what they say? I go fall and walk it. If I go,
Yeah.
Okay, I've got some few questions for you, ladies. We're gonna take some few questions. The one that's online already. What is the effect of the vaccination on the new strain? In other words, can the vaccine stop the mutated COVID-19? I will give it to Dr. Joy first.
Well, the vaccine it's been helping a lot since individuals started getting their shots. Yeah, so the vaccine will work on the new strain, and if a patient has other maybe comorbidities or have other symptoms, they'll be treated symptomatically. But yeah, the vaccine will work on the new strain.
Okay, so that is that one. A little bit of else, very good, thank you. That is for the congesting the upper airway. One is in the lung, normal way. It won. Okay. Let me go back to Sister Foluke again to see what she put there. They put it in water for Jedi. No. What is the name? No. Uruko. I go for Langwoke. I'm waiting for you, Sister Foluke. Yemi Foluke, I'm waiting for you. I go for Langwoke. Ifako Sinekpon. I don't know why they even call it Pono Wakpa because it's the ceiling. They should have called it Ifako Silaja. Oh, Sister Joy, you were saying, I never know this man is going to treat her this way. Bring all our 32 out.
It's a good one.
we have to laugh. If you don't laugh, we're not gonna last. We have to laugh. Okay, I'm still waiting for her. If I was in Para, I'm still waiting for you. Don't run away, or I can see you there still. Don't hide. Sister, hear me for look at. Don't hide. Okay, she got it right, yeah. She must have had. Did you phone somebody? You phone your grandparents? Because it took you so long to come back with the answer. Anyway, guys, if you're watching this program for the first time, my name is Ade Thomas, and this is Heritage Television in London. This program belongs to all of us. Please share and share and share so that people that doesn't know that COVID-19 exists, we get to realize that COVID-19 is a killer. And the only thing you can do is actually to protect yourself. Do your best to protect yourself. And not only yourself, protect everybody around you. Cover your nose. When you cover your nose, you're protecting yourself and you're protecting other people around you. Some people come up with an analogy to say that when you cover yourself, you're protecting others. Right? Wow. So there's nobody to call. So you need to know that. Come on. Okay, let me ask you another one. You are a grandma yourself. Okay. Mommy Yemi Foluke said she's a grandma. So I'm going to ask her a very, very big question. There's no way the two of you can know it. I can guarantee that. My guest on the show tonight can never know this question. What is a mama? A mama. And I want that answer from Mommy Yemi Foluke. A mama is the one I'm looking for. Answer to. A mama is the next one I'm looking for an answer to. For those that have taken the vaccination already, do they need to do COVID-19 vaccination annually?
No. Do you want me to answer that?
Yes, please, yeah.
Okay, let's get the vaccination schedule correct. Like in the UK, it's just not one. You have to do two of it. The old schedule was the first one, then 1 month after you get the second one. They just changed the schedule now. So, but saying that, do we need to get it yearly? We'll have so many things tied to it. Like all viruses, we're learning this new. I hope you know that this coronavirus is not something that just started. It's been on like over 8,000 years. So we're learning, like every time new strains will come up. If by this time, within 3, 4, 5 months, we've had like 2 strains already. So if by next year we feel the need to have a top up, then we would have a top up. It's very much like the tetanus vaccine that you have like 3 months, 2 months, 3 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, then one at between 13 to 15 years and the other one at 18 years, you know? So when we feel the need to continue, then we will continue. But as it is right now, you have 2 doses, 1 month apart for the new, that's the new schedule for the vaccine. So saying that we leave it a yearly thing, as the events unfold, we will know, will there be more strains? Are there things we need to do with this strain? Apart from the vaccine, there's something we need to add to it. These are things that will go, the scientists to go back and forth over the next couple of years.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Can I ask you a personal question, Sister Joy, Dr. Joy?
Yes, please.
Are you looking straight at me?
Yeah.
Have you got a mark on your arm there? We call it number. You have a mark there?
No.
That you get vaccine?
No.
Dr. Olatuosun, you don't have that mark? Oh, that's
no,
why
I
I
don't.
say you can never know a mama.
Oh,
yeah, I don't know about that.
No, that is not a mama. Let's see who knows. Mommy is saying something. A mama is not a Yoruba word, but a name or something. A mama is a food, baby food like cow and gate in the late 1950s or early 1960s. Free. You go to dispensary, they give it to you for free. Amama is a food. The powdered milk for babies. Like Kawangate. Before Kawangate, there's nothing like Kawangate before. There's nothing like Nan. Nan only came yesterday. What are they drinking now? What are they feeding babies with now? I hope they haven't come back to
SMA Gold.
That's been out so long.
Infamil and then similar.
Okay.
Similar.
Mommy, I hope you get that. Mama, you probably know Mama, mommy. It's a cow baby milk in the late 50s, free of charge. Free. You get it for free. When you go to Adio, you have your baby there. When you're going home, they will pack cartons for you to take home. That is a mama for you. It's free baby milk that they used to give in those days. I want to thank my guest tonight, BCG Mark. They call that Mark, BCG Mark. You don't have it. They come to school. They come to your school. They just give it to you. Oh, God of mercy. Okay. Any question online? So we know that it's not only by going to party that coronavirus doesn't like jollof rice. It's not a matter of jollof rice eating thing that you need to stay away from where they dish in jollof rice before you avoid COVID-19. You need. Are they going to change it to COVID-21 now, or what are they going to do?
No, they're not.
They don't have any.
It's still COVID-19.
Because
that was when
Kilome was saying something about they're gonna have COVID-21 soon and COVID whatever soon. He was giving us a timeline of what they're gonna do, and they've done some of the things he was saying.
But I really, as far as I'm concerned, any person, any layman can see that. That is the natural progression. There's really no vision or something to it. It's just common sense, actually.
No, I'm not going to ask this question online, because if I ask this question, it will discourage the men in the house from getting the vaccination.
It doesn't have anything to do.
Okay, someone asked me a question online. Is it true that people who have been ill of COVID-19 will suffer whatever dysfunction in men, barrenness in women?
That's not true. That is not true. There is no study. Yes, there is no study. Now, let's get something. At this stage, there is no study that links COVID-19 vaccine to infertility. In fact, yes. In fact, people say it changes your DNA. That's not true. I need to correct that impression.
Before you correct that impression, can you stay there? Christy, hey, are you a medical doctor? Christy A, are you a medical doctor? I'm waiting for an answer, Uncle, because I think Christy A should be a man or a woman. But I just called you Uncle just to make myself comfortable. Mommy said she didn't take a mama, but she took Ogi. You know the Ogi, they cover your nose and force it through your throat. If you survive that, Mommy, you're gonna survive COVID-19. Nothing can happen to you. I can predict that. I'm now Chris. Oh yeah. Okay. Thank you for coming on the program. Maybe one of your colleagues, Chris A, is a medical doctor who is actually giving us fantastic answer to some of the questions being asked online. Can I come out and I put you in so that you be the one doing the thing? I can go and have my dinner. So. Okay, guys, I really want to thank everybody. I have a policy. You have not liked the program. I can only see 7 likes and 20. When we're not talking about Odudua, you know, people don't like to watch the program. If you're not talking about Odudua, they're talking about COVID-19 and they just run away. Not Odudua. Anything to do with Odudua, you have about 200 people watching already. But now we're talking about something that can save our life. I have 15 and 20, 25. Very, very, very. I'm worried. I'm worried about our people for not taking on the right information into their system. We need to take all this right information to our system. 15 on Facebook. I can't believe that. If we're doing Odudua now, we'll have about 100 on Facebook. And on YouTube, we'll probably have 200 already. But it doesn't matter. People can watch it later on. COVID-19 is real. I had a lady on Sunday. I called this another beautiful lady and said, can we talk about COVID-19? And she said, no, I'm going to a party now. I said, what? You're going to a party? In Lagos?
Wow.
Dr. Joy, when was the last time you attended a party?
That's.
You can't even
I'm thinking.
Everybody
I can't
online,
remember.
don't lie, because I'm not going to say God is watching now. Shogo and Oya is watching. Obatala is watching. All those people are watching. So don't lie. When was the last time you attended a party? I want to see your answer online, please, guys. I want to see your answer. The last time you attended a party, let's have a look and see who are the rule breakers and who are the people who are keeping to rules. Who really wants to leave? Who really wants to leave?
2018.
2018? Wow.
Yeah, I think 2018 or
2019.
Or 2019 or early 2019. I'm not sure.
When coronavirus finally go, that we know it's not eating under the table or under the chair anymore. We're gonna have a party that we invite all the people that haven't been to party for 3 years, and everything will be free. Even the clothes they wear to that party is free. Okay. Good evening, sir. I would like to ask Dr. Joy a question. Please, can I? Yes, you can phone and ask the question. And I won't ask any question. I won't ask you for your name. I won't ask you for where you're calling from. Just call in, ask the question, and then we can go. Call it if you have the number. I won't give you the number, but you have to have the number. And I know you have the number. I'm waiting. Or maybe I should use magic to call your number. Ooh. I'm so sorry if you've been calling me before. My phone was on whatever it is on. So why is it Dr. Joy you're gonna ask the question? Why don't you want to ask Dr. Olatibosun as well? Okay, let me see whether my magic work. Not sure if my magic is gonna work. Did you say? Okay, my magic has worked. Okay, what's your question?
Somebody. Yes, I have a question for them. Good evening, my fellow sisters.
They can hear you.
Good evening, madam.
Yes, all is fine with them.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is my question. I'm not living in UK. I have a family. I have a daughter. I have so many people in UK, and you, both of you, and you people over there are also my family.
Great.
I work also in the hospital. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. But here, when I'm working, I'm in Italy. Okay. But we have collected our own vaccine. I particular. But my second one is after 21 days. What about in London? Why is it after 3 months?
Okay, I'd like to answer that.
Okay,
Initially,
answer that
it
one.
was
So that is my question.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Bye bye.
okay.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah. Answer them.
Initially it was 1 month apart, like I said. But London's case is a bit peculiar because this is an aging society. We have very, very, very many old people, which we're giving priority. And I'm sure for them to make it 3 months is because they have tested and they've seen that within the 3 months, you will have some form of coverage so that it will not harm you. You will not have any problem. If you know about the UK system, everything is tested and tried. For them to have started with 1 month and then change to 3 months, there must be a reason. We're prioritizing, we're giving the elderly, we're giving health professionals, we're giving sick people, even people in the hospital right now, we're giving them priority over the people that are symptomless or don't have problems right now. So it's just a policy thing. It has nothing to do with you being in Italy, or it might just be the brand of the vaccine you're using. I don't know which of the brands you're using in Italy right now, but the one in the UK will stay for 3 months.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Before we go, because we're going to be rounding up soon, very soon, I think I enjoy the season more than the Odidua thing because we get to understand some few things. I'm going to ask you guys, ladies, some question. I'm going to bring Bill Gates into this. I don't know whether Facebook is going to decide and take this one out. Is it true that Bill Gates wants to take 3 billion people, a third of the society out? They said he said with his own word of mouth. If you have not had it, you have not had it. Has it been discussed in the hospital?
I have heard it. Okay. And the truth is, a lot of people will make up things that look like things. You pick on a particular session. What he was actually talking about, this has been going on for so long. This Bill Gates is anti-life, is trying to kill people. This has been going on for too long, and it doesn't really, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't really make sense that one person will come out of one place and say he wants to kill 3 million or 3 billion people. It's pure fallacy. What he has said is, if we're not proactive, and with the rage of COVID in other countries, if it comes to Africa, if we're not proactive in Africa, it will kill that many people, which is true, really, because healthcare system in Nigeria is not the best. It's not as good as it has the capacity to be.
Can I stop you there before you go on? Is it the healthcare system in Nigeria that is not as good, or the nurse and doctor in Nigeria that is not good?
Oh no, please, let's erase that.
No, I'm only asking.
The doctors and nurses in Nigeria are tops, actually. They're very good.
Are they your friend?
But you can only do so much.
Are they your friend?
The one I have, obviously, I graduated from Nigeria.
The reason I asked the question is that you go to some hospital, you are trying to have a baby, and the wife or the midwife will be telling you, "But don't get it's okay, why are you coming here to start messing about?" Push.
Okay, the truth is, I worked in Nigeria for close to 10 years. I worked with the best nurses. I never, we just hear it. I hear it. I have never seen it, and I'm not fibbing. I'm not joking. I worked with the best nurses in Lagos. I worked with Lagos State government, and I never saw this. They say they hit them or they shout on them. I don't know. I never saw it. Like, anyway, so
let me ask. That is your own answer. Let me ask Dr. Joy. Dr. Joy, what is your impression of these people?
Well, I never practiced in Nigeria. I practiced outside Nigeria. So, but I schooled in Lutz. I graduated from Lutz and then I left the country. But I'll say Nigeria has produced a lot of fantastic doctors, and even outside Nigeria, Europe, in the Caribbean, in the US, a lot of these hospitals, Nigerians are doing great things. So I'll say Nigerians have the top and the best when it comes to medical graduates or nurses. And we can even see in the US now that a lot of Nigerians have been elected into,
offices,
top places in Washington. So when it comes to people saying, put your legs down, do that, do this, I'll say it's a lot of things. I know that sometimes you have some ethical issues when it comes to the health system. It might just be an individualized thing, or it happened at one instance. Since you weren't there, you cannot say yes, it happened. But we're going to respect those people who made those complaints and say those are ethical issues that maybe the health care admin should look into. But if that's happening, I believe that some adjustment needs to be made, and then people need to respect people. It might also be, a woman that's in labor overreacting about everything. So we can say yes. But ethically, if that happened, I'll say it needs to be addressed.
Okay, if it happens, ethically, it needs to be addressed. Can I show you a video quickly? I'm just gonna do some few adjustments to that video to make sure we play it the right way it's supposed to be played. If you can bear with me. Oh, I can't find it. Okay, I can find it now. 1 second, please, guys. Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. If you're watching me for the first time, this is Heritage Television. We are today discussing about coronavirus. Stupid virus, because I don't think I want to call it Chinese virus. I will call it stupid virus because I think it's a stupid virus. So we've been discussing about it for the last few hour, and I believe it's a good thing to talk about because it's very important that we know about this. Let's have a look at this video, and then I will not pass any comment, but I will give it to Dr. Joy first to pass her comment. Then after that, I will give it to Dr. Olatibosun to pass her comment. I can play for Sister Joy, then I can replay it again for Dr. Olatibosun to pass our own comment as well. Let's watch the video.
Intentionally using synthetic molecules, which by design are cancer, AIDS, all of the bogeymen we could dream up.
Yeah, it's for the purpose of sterilization and population control. There's too many people on the planet we need to get rid of. In the words of Bill Gates, at least 3 billion people need to die. So we'll just start off in Africa. We'll start doing our research there, and we'll eliminate most of the Africans because they're deplorable. They're worthless. They're not part of this world economy. So they have their rights taken away, and they're suppressed, and they're experimented.
Okay, Dr. Joy, what's your take on that video?
That's crazy.
Well, watching that video, over time, I've learned a lot. Was it real? Did it really happen? I wasn't there, so I can't say, because these days of tech, you're saying one thing and someone is recording something, to match the way your mouth is moving and your hands are moving. So I really can't say if that's really happened or if that individual actually said that. That's one. But if it really happened, then it doesn't look good on the presenter or the man speaking, but it really doesn't change Africans at the end of the day.
Okay, let's go to Dr. Olatibosun. What's your take on that video?
Okay. Listening to that was really appalling. But like Dr. Edobo said, I really will not comment on it because what I know about the whole world is if this was something that was really true, we will not be talking about it at this level. It would have escalated and, investigations would have gone on. That is a witness statement. So anybody could say that. Anybody could make up stuff. Like I said, I don't know about it, so I'm not going to be affirmative in my response to it.
Okay. We're going to do some few research on it, yeah? It's called ITNJ Trustee. ITNJ Trustee. Okay. Let's see. I'm worried. International Tribunal for Natural Justice. Is that where it's coming out from?
National justice.
Okay, let's put video behind it.
Okay.
I want to get to the bottom of it a little bit so that we see whether that is true or false. And this was done April 2020. Okay, I haven't seen anything anyway, it's not been put on Facebook before, so we wouldn't know what is actually going much about it. But tomorrow, I will probably try and speak to them and see exactly what they make of that video. I'll probably send them an email tonight to see what they say about that video that's been going on, so that they can actually advise us, because we want to know, because the video has been going on so badly these days that we don't know what is going to happen. And Dr. Joy, in America, I think Bill Gates, what's the name of one of their past, Bill Clinton, actually apologized for some medical treatment of black minority people some few years down the line. They use them for medical research. They use them for... Does it mean that medical personnel might probably be apologizing to monkeys maybe 200 years down the line to say we use it for experiments?
I'll say no. So before research is done here,
sorry, you can go ahead. You can go.
Right. So before any research is being conducted in the States, you need to gain consent.
Yeah.
So in America, what they do is people who are interested in getting into the research or to be used, you need to gain consent from them. So they'll need to fill out the form and say they're interested and they want to be part of it. So you don't just, take anybody.
Maybe that's a new thing. Maybe 2,500 years down the line, maybe they were not doing that.
Yes.
Okay, but we're living in the new age. So we're living in the new age, and that's what's being done now. You seek consent, and that person has to agree that, yes, I want to do this. And, step by step, they tell you, this is how I feel. If you give them medications or placebo, something that looks like the real thing, they'll tell you yes, or they want to get out of the study. So I don't see that happening, because everything is getting better by the months, by the year. So things are getting better. So I don't see that. Even, some studies give some patients money for getting involved in studies in the States. So if you volunteer yourself, or you have a particular medical condition and maybe there's a medication or a drug that needs to be tested, they can offer you like $500, $1,000 to be part of the study. So a lot of people are very happy to be part of studies here.
Great. Dr. Olatibosun, your last word on the show tonight before we finish the show. Your last word on the show tonight.
Okay, like I was saying the other time, let's be careful. Let's follow the rules, the guidelines. we will not just be protecting ourselves, but protecting others. Let's be lovers of our neighbors, wash your hands, and know that COVID is real. We're trying to sort it out in the UK. There's still so many people, so many lackadaisical attitude towards issue of COVID in Nigeria. And I hope people will understand and wake up to it, that nobody's trying to kill us. We're going to do that ourselves if we do not take precaution. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I'm going to give that same question to Dr. Joy. Could you please address the Nigerian masses, not the people in the Western world, the Nigerian people directly, please, Dr. Joy?
Oh, well, well, my fellow Nigerians, I'm a Nigerian too, even though I'm here. I believe the government, the healthcare workers, I'll lay emphasis on the healthcare workers because they're the ones that are mostly exposed, especially when you come very, very sick. I'll say, as individuals, just make sure that you stay away from gatherings, you use your mask, you sanitize, you use a sanitizer, you wash your hands. When you go to, because I know that a lot of churches too, they gathering one more time, they start again. So use your mask when you go out. When you're sending your kids to school, make sure they use their mask. If they can learn from school, they learn from school. Just for this time that we have this pandemic going on, it would be good that we just stay safe, and then because that's we're tired of all the deaths that's going on. So let's stay safe. Let's eat healthy because that will also boost our immunity, and let's keep praying. We'll stay positive. We're hoping that the vaccine, goes around and more people get to take it. Do not be deceived. Coronavirus is real, and let's take the vaccine. I'm encouraging everyone to take the vaccine. I know a lot of people are saying no. It's only going to help us. People are taking it and they're doing very well on the vaccine. So let's take it. Let's give this a chance. We've taken chickenpox. We've taken, all the other vaccinations, all the shots. And this is another shot that is here to help. So let's take it. It's working, and let's just be positive about it. It's no tag. This is not 999. This is not 666, and it's not 333. Let's take the vaccine, and we'll be fine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that. I was about to ask you about that 666 question as my own last question, but it's actually been addressed. I want to appreciate both of you for coming on this show today, and I want to appreciate the other two ladies, our two other doctors that tried to connect and they couldn't connect. I want to thank them for everything they've done, and I want to thank everybody who are watching this program today. I really appreciate you. I really commend you. What is your advice on, what is your advice? Symptoms. What's COVID-19 symptoms? What is that one?
I think symptoms.
Okay, symptoms. Okay, symptoms is what my sister wrote there. So I was worried. I said, hey, I don't know what symptoms mean. No. And again, in Nigeria, they were saying they're gonna get the masses is gonna get the Chinese vaccine, and the elite are gonna get the Western vaccine. Why is that? Is that true? Could that be true? Or show me? It's a case of show me the money first.
I don't know. I don't think Nigeria, the government will want to do something like that. I think it's a whole.
The government that's building a rail from Kano to Maradi instead of bringing a rail from Kaduna to Lagos.
To link the commercial hubs. Nigeria is the conundrum, so let's just leave it at that.
Okay, I think someone has actually advised online to say, please don't take the Chinese vaccine. Don't take that is what someone said online. I'm not the one saying it. It's not me. I'm just reading a comment from somebody online. So Facebook and YouTube, take note of that. It's not coming from me. It's someone giving. Are you sure the vaccine is okay to take? Yes, they said the vaccine is okay to take. The two ladies. Are you taking the vaccine yourself? Yes or no?
No, I'm built for mine next week.
Okay, and Dr. Joy?
So here it's step by step, and it depends on what state you're in. So I'm in Minnesota. Here they give it to the elderly, immunocompromised, and then healthcare workers, and then the general masses. So for now, it's not yet my turn. Maybe in another 2 3 I'll get mine. Yeah.
I'll probably wait till after your turn before I take mine. Then, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we've actually come to the end of the show today. I want to thank every one of you who has been a partaker of this show, especially my two beautiful lady guests. Today, like I promised you a couple of days ago, is going to be all doctors in the house, and we managed to achieve it with your help. On behalf of everybody in the production team, I want to say a big thank you. Please, if you have not liked the program, please like it. If you have not subscribed to our Heritage TV YouTube channel, please do so if you're watching it on Heritage. If you're watching it on any other platform, please subscribe to that channel. Let what we're doing together, let it grow. That is the only way we can get all this vital information across to everybody. We will be starting another program at 11 o'clock tonight. And until tomorrow is the 13th. On Thursday, which is the 14th, I'm not sure about the time yet, but I have a program that is, I know people want to talk about Oduduwa thing. They were asking for petition and all the other things now. We're talking about COVID today, but I will still send you the petition, don't worry. The second Never Again conference, 51 years after Nigeria-Biafran Civil War, is going to be on Thursday, the 14th of January at 11. It will be 10 a.m. UK time, 10 a.m. UK time. That is coming up on Thursday. And on Friday, I have another big conference that you need to make sure you don't miss. It's the Fatherland Conference that is coming up on Heritage Television on Friday. On the 21st, in court, on the 21st, I have another conference that I'm not sure whether we will be able to show that one live, but we might probably be able to pick some extract from it. We're still working out the modalities of actually showing it live. They haven't compromised. They haven't given me the chance yet, but we really want people to know. And I think there's a letter coming out from the diaspora. They're trying to get all the group involved to put their name on this letter. It's a communique from people in the diaspora that wants to talk about what they want from this elder. Instead of the elders just sitting down and say, this is what we want for you guys. We want to be able to shape our own destiny and tell them this is what we want to happen. On behalf of everybody who's working in the studio and everybody who's working online and watching online, I want to say a very good evening to you all. And please have a peaceful rest and don't have no nightmare. Until when I come your way again, I won't say good night yet because I'm still showing 2020, producer and production 2020. So I need to quickly find a way to sneakily change that because my producer is going to be very, very angry with me still working on 2020, whereas we're in 2021. So 2020, you need to go to where you come from. Let's go to 2021. You see, I am sticking my neck up so that I can read what is on my screen. And I think that is done. That is magic. Magical. And until later on today when I catch up with you, I remain loyal to you. Good night and don't have nightmare. Bye-bye.